Our enemies are building hypersonic missiles. They're training soldiers for war. And what are we doing? We're teaching our soldiers about pronouns. This is not going to end well. For decades, the American military was the strongest force on Earth. No question. It was built on a simple promise. Be so strong, so lethal, that no one would ever dare to fight us. This strength wasn't just about jets and tanks. It was about a culture, a warrior culture, built on discipline, merit, and a laser focus on one thing: winning. But today, that shield is cracking. The military is facing a recruiting crisis that we haven't seen in generations. And the reason why is because we've shifted our focus from warfighting to social politics. This is the story of how our own leaders are weakening our military from the inside out. Let's just look at the hard numbers. They tell a terrifying story. In 2022, the U.S. Army missed its recruiting goal by 15,000 soldiers. That's 25%, a quarter of their goal, just gone. It was the worst recruiting year since we ended the draft. And it's not getting any better. The Army, Navy, and Air Force all expect to miss their goals again. Think about what this means. Fewer soldiers in the field, fewer sailors on our ships, fewer pilots for our jets. Every empty seat is a weakness. And this isn't just an American problem. Our allies are catching the same bug. The Canadian Armed Forces are short more than 16,000 people. The problem is so bad, they've dropped dress codes. Facial tattoos? Fine. Any hairstyle? Go for it. They're even recruiting non-citizens to fill the ranks. The head of their military called it an existential crisis. When a military has to ask non-citizens to join because its own people won't, that's not modernization. That's desperation. The question is, why is this happening? The Pentagon will give you a list of excuses. They'll blame the job market or Gen Z. But they ignore the real reason, the elephant in the room. The military has been injected with a new ideology. You've heard the terms diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. Under this new system, the goal is no longer about creating the best fighting force. It's about social engineering. Just look at their commercials. For decades, recruiting ads sold adventure, challenge, patriotism. They spoke to young people who wanted to become warriors. Now, look at the Army's Emma cartoon ad, a story about a girl with two moms who joins the Army to shatter stereotypes. This kind of ad pushes away the military's traditional recruiting base. The kids from the South and Midwest, the kids from military families, the patriotic, working-class Americans who have always answered the call. When they see the military obsessing over pronouns, when they see drag shows on military bases, they get a very clear message: we don't want you anymore. And it's not just the ads, it's official policy. Remember the mandatory stand-downs to hunt for so-called extremists? Many conservatives felt that was aimed directly at them. There are training manuals on critical race theory, teaching soldiers that the country they serve is systemically racist. And then came the vaccine mandate. Think about this. They kicked out more than 8,000 active duty troops, trained, experienced people. Why? For making a personal medical choice. The message was loud and clear. Following the political line is now more important than being a good soldier. So what happens when you do this? What are the consequences? First, you get what's called a hollow force. It looks good on paper, but the military is weaker. Units don't have enough people. Ships can't leave port. And the best people, they're leaving. They're tired of the politics. The warrior spirit is being replaced by a corporate HR culture. And the second consequence is even scarier. Our enemies are watching all of it. China and Russia, their state media loves to mock the woke U.S. military. They see it as a sign of weakness. They see a country that cares more about social issues than it does about being ready for a fight. And when your enemy thinks you are weak, they get bold. They start to think they can win. Is this the military that can stop China from invading Taiwan? Is this the military that can stand up to Russia? The answer, right now, is a terrifying no. Look, this is a serious problem, but it's not hopeless. The fix is actually pretty simple. The military needs to get back to its real job. End the social experiments. Scrap the divisive training. Get back to a pure meritocracy, where the only thing that matters is how well you can fight. The military's job isn't to be a social club. Its job is to defend us. To do that, it has to be focused on one thing, and one thing only: being ready to win our nation's wars. This isn't a game. This is about survival. History is filled with great powers that got too comfortable, too distracted, and then they fell. A nation that forgets how to make warriors will have its future decided by nations that haven't. We have to turn this around, and we have to do it now. Our leaders don't want to talk about this, so we have to. If you believe we need a strong, combat-focused military to keep us safe, then you're in the right place. This channel is all about telling the hard truths. So please click that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're going to keep exposing what's really happening. And share this video. The mainstream media won't touch this story. It's up to us to get the word out. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant.